Hello, my name is Zephyrine of Zephyrine Junction, and in this video we're going to discuss the energies that are in play for this week. So last week at this time I released a video called The Leo New Moon, and it's called Leading with the Heart. So that energy that was brought forth by the new moon was calling for us to do this new thing that we have been probably being called to do since March, in a new way, our way, specifically for us. And it was leading from the heart, opening that heart chakra and just existing in that beautiful heart space of courage and strength. And there was a minor grand trine that was in play, still in play. That is the universe creating space for that gift. And then we also had the T-square. The T-square energies were Mars, Venus, and the nodes of fate. So that is the conversation occurring with our souls. Now, the way that I've always utilized astrology and the way that I'm trying to convey is the tools I've created for myself over time to connect to my soul. And I'm trying to share this with you. So I'm going to explain my process just a little bit. Hope it doesn't get boring. But even if the energies change, the house, the zodiac, different planets in play, it doesn't matter. It is still a continuous through line of energy that we are meant to follow and grow our souls. So the new moon energy is going to radiate out. I think I said in the video last week that this isn't just for tomorrow, today. This is also for tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. So the through line energy comes with the energies that were in the T-square. So since last Wednesday to next Wednesday, what is coming up for us is Mars and Venus having aspects. So these have happened since between the new moon and today. We had, I believe, on Monday, really stink at no dates. I think Monday was the 28th of July. We had Mars conjunct the moon in Virgo, which brought up something very subconscious for us. More than likely a deep-seated root issue with the masculine within yourself that's in the subconscious. And Venus had a sextile to a new energy that is coming into play to help us, Chiron. And the sextile to Chiron, so Venus is in Gemini and Chiron is in Aries. Chiron's been in Aries since, permanently in Aries, because he retrograded back and forth a little before this, but permanently since February 2019. So we've been working with Chiron and Aries, and Chiron is the wounded healer. And he is here to teach us lessons of how to heal and how to have empathy and how to move through evolving ourselves in a healthy way. He offers medicine. So Chiron sextiling Venus in Gemini brought up a new healing connection, opening heart communications, and just bringing us into a new level of understanding where, as we move forward with this open heart, as we move forward with this bold lion's heart to heal what might come up for us of where our vulnerabilities lie, help us to be stronger, as well as work with the back of the heart. Because we have two gates to the heart. One in the front, the one we lead with, and then there's the one in the back. And a lot of us feel like that's where we get stabbed a lot. So he's here to help heal and strengthen those spaces within us. Now today, as this video came out, at least in my time zone, we've already had this aspect. These two aspects where Venus and Chiron are both moving into new chapters. After they came together and had that conversation and imparted, along with Mars and the moon, that subconscious wisdom. Sorry, there's like a hair right on my face. It's driving me crazy. Okay. So, I guess validation for just a minute. That was some hard energy to deal with. I was out in the world for just a very short amount of time on Monday, and it was crazy. And I slept most of the day and had crazy subconscious dreams and had my information came through in my dreams. But if you are dealing with people who aren't aware of their energy and how it works with them and how the universe plays on them, you probably saw a lot of confusion. You saw a lot of anger, pain, people very kind of closed-minded, living with blinders up. Probably everyone was sorting through something in their subconscious, whether they were aware of it or not. So now we come to today. Chiron has stationed retrograde, and Venus has moved into Cancer. So since they had that conversation, now they're going off in their own ways to help bring it. Like I like to think of it as a D&D party, and they've split the party. Okay, so they went to the quest giver, who is you, who's like, oh, I've got all this stuff like I want to work with and all these things, and I'm gonna sit here with Mars, and because Mars is gonna be a big energy for a while. But while you guys go off and figure out these things for me, and then come back and report to me. So, Chiron stationed retrograde today, and Venus entered Cancer. So, I get a lot of images when I channel my information, and Venus came to me as two tarot cards. One is the Hermit, and the other is the Six of Cups. Now, I don't have my tarot cards with me today, sorry, but the Six of Cups is two children in a flower garden with cups, and it's all about nostalgia and childhood. And considering that Jupiter is also in Cancer, this is going to bring up a lot of family connections, childhood love, nurturing, going into the heart. And then Chiron in Aries is all about healing the self. Aries is the first zodiac sign. It begins the zodiac year. So it is always connected to first house, meaning the self, literally you. A baby learning who you are. And Chiron's been healing it since 2019. And every time that Chiron, sorry, I just got a little bit more information that I'm gonna have to share. So Chiron has never been to this degree point in our lifetimes. Well, maybe in some people's lifetimes. No, many lifetimes. It's only been 50 years. I'm getting it confused with a different planet. So we have Chiron moving to a new degree point. And whenever he does that, the space that he goes over is a reveal. He's opening a new part of you that you didn't know existed. And then he goes retrograde over it. And that's the review. Oh, I've never seen this before. Let's back up and take a look at this. And then when he moves forward again, when he stations direct, he goes back over that space, and that's the reset. That's the healing. Like, going over this new spot. Oh, wait a minute. Let's take a look and see what needs to be healed. Okay, here's the medicine, and let's move forward. So you are in a new reveal. That was probably brought up in that subconscious energy. So bringing those two energies together and understanding how they're going to be working together is healing something deep within the self that's very vulnerable, that needs to be strengthened so that you can lead with that open heart, because we've all been hurt before, right? So there's always something to heal. That's Chiron. And the other thing that came through was that Chiron is in Aries retrograde right now. So is Neptune and Saturn. In this fiery, like wanting to get going Aries energy, right? Which forces a slowdown. And on top of that, we have Mercury retrograde in Leo, which is also forcing slowdowns when we really don't want to. Like, I know personally, I've got a million things that I want to do. I have been called to this new path and I'm ready to share my gifts. I'm ready to open up. I'm ready to put all this stuff into production. I'm ready. And the universe keeps slowing me down. And I at least understand it. Even I validate myself. I have my frustrations. I'm just like, I just would really love to do this. But that's not how the universe works. And it is on purpose. We are meant to dot our I's, cross our T's, proofread everything. So that way, when the next retrograde comes through, it's not so bad. Because you're already going to be on, like, hitting the ground running. You're at the door. Make sure that you have everything you need before you walk through the door. So that's the energy that I keep seeing, and that was brought to me as we were discussing Chiron. So, the through lesson to today. Since the new moon, we decided to do our new thing with an open heart, fearlessly and unafraid. Something's been brought up because of those fears, those subconscious fears that started with that T-square of just like, remember the Two of Swords, I don't know what to do, and something needs to be removed. And then we get this information. Well, Venus has an idea of what she needs to do, but she needs to go within. She needs to go within herself. That's going into Cancer. Being gentle, reading a book, taking it slow, relaxing, hitting the beach, going poolside, finding a hammock, just chilling and focusing on herself. So that's part of that. And then Chiron is taking you into this new healing space with this energy. So that's the through point to today. Then what to look forward to later on Friday, September 1st. Again, I'm terrible with dates. Mercury retrograde is going to come back in conjunct the sun. Whenever Mercury comes back and touches the sun in a retrograde, I have always received it as messages from the future. Something that Mercury found out about the future that he's bringing back to the sun, the self, to give you a heads up that this is coming. This is something for you. Watch for it. It's your marker. It's like whatever it is that your soul has set up for you, and Mercury's given you that information. So, and that can be anything. You have to do your own divination work to figure out what that is. And then next Wednesday, we will be coming up on the full moon with some other cool aspects to it. And I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. So, yeah. So I guess I will see you next Wednesday. I hope this has been helpful. If you want to go a little further, if you want to see how I'm working through this energy and also get some tips and tricks on how to do it for yourself, please visit my Patreon, patreon.com/ZephyrineJunction. And for a very small amount of money, you can access the workbook, extra videos that help with the soul growth process, and you will also have access to my own personal journal that I do the work with you. I show you my process and how I did what I am encouraging you to do. So I hope this was helpful, and I really look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday. Okay, have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon. Bye.